Are you preparing to relocate out of state, specifically moving to Florida? Well, if you've been watching my channel, you know that although I have moved a few times and I help people move all the time, I think moving sucks. After 25 years of helping buyers and sellers move, I have yet to have that call when someone says to me, wow, that was a piece of cake. Even those that move every few years, there's a lot that goes into it. So today I'm sharing a few tips that will hopefully make the process just a little bit easier and a little bit more efficient. And be sure to stick around until the end because I'm sharing the #1 most important tip that someone shared with me that saved me tons of time and frustration. Stick around. Hi everyone, I am Lisa McBride with Keller Williams Realty Select in Sarasota and Lakewood Ranch. Thank you so much for watching. I share information all about Sarasota, about the neighborhoods in Sarasota and Lakewood Ranch, and what it was like for me moving to the area. And here are just a few of my pro tips that I think are critical when moving. The #1 tip that I want to start with that I think is really critical is don't just rely on the internet to guide you in your move. Yes, we can all watch YouTube videos, which I really appreciate you watching. We can search for homes on Zillow or agents' websites and look for homes. And this is all great. These are all really pretty pictures and a little overview of what it's like. However, you really need to make a few trips to the area or at least one major trip before making any final decisions. Before moving to Sarasota, I visited twice. Now, I had been to Florida a number of times, but visiting on vacation is completely different than deciding to live there. And I get calls all the time from people wanting to move to the area, and I love those calls. I appreciate it and I welcome them. But one of my first questions is always, have you been here or when will you be visiting? Because what you see online is not always what you experience, specifically when you are looking at neighborhoods and housing. Searching for homes on Zillow is a great way, or any website is a great way to get an idea of home values. What you don't see though is what the neighborhoods are really like, how long it takes to get to your desired locations, what's around it, what the neighbors may be like, and what the atmosphere of the community is. So one of my pro tips that I think is really important is find 3 or 4 homes on one of these websites, even if they're not exactly what you had in mind, just kind of in the price point, the bedrooms and baths. And then when you visit, the first thing you do is drive to those homes or those neighborhoods. Spend a little time exploring. Are they ideal for you? Or do you discover they're close to major highways and loud? Or are they close enough to schools that are desired for you? And who makes up these communities? Is it exactly what you were hoping for? These are all so important. For myself, when I started looking at certain price points that I was comfortable with, I quickly discovered the difference in what I was used to for that price point and what I get here. Now, you may be right in line with what you were expecting. However, many times what I find is most people say to me that we're a little bit more expensive than they were anticipating, or it doesn't feel the same as what they're used to where they come from. So there is a lot of exploration that needs to be done before deciding on a neighborhood or housing community. The #2 tip, start planning soon. Moving rarely happens quickly. There's just too much to do. And unless you're being relocated because of your job or your home is already sold where you currently live, it takes some time. Now, if you're looking for a second home or vacation home, it may be a little bit easier. But with today's housing market, it is imperative to have your home sold where you currently live prior to moving, to have your funds available as quickly as possible. So don't spend all of your attention just on the house hunting or where you're moving to. Be sure you're prepped and ready from where you're moving from. Today, a lot of times we're finding most people have to have some temporary housing and temporary storage when moving from state to state. My #3 pro tip, purge, purge, purge before moving. Have yard sales, donate items, clean out your closets, drawers, and cabinets. Sell items, give away, whatever you need to do, but anything that you have not used, touched, or needed in the last year, I don't recommend moving them. Of course, we all have some personal items that we want to bring with us, but some large items can be extremely costly to move. Clean out your closets, as living in Florida brings with it hotter temps and a less need of a variety of wardrobes. If you're someone like me that was used to spring, summer, fall, and winter, well, here in Florida, it's very casual because we have summer and we have a little bit of winter. So we don't need the coats and the boots and everything, and it's not worth moving. You can easily replace these items with something that is more appropriate to Florida lifestyle. Now, the number 4 pro tip I have: vet your movers. There are many moving companies, and they're not all created equally. Always take the time to get 3 or 4 quotes, read the reviews, discuss what they will pack, what you want them to pack, what they will move and won't move, because a lot of movers will not move certain items, and that's something that you need to prepare for. And also, how long will it take them to get your furniture to you? There's nothing worse than waiting on your furniture to arrive. When my daughter and I moved to Virginia, we were sleeping on air mattresses for a few nights before the furniture arrived. And although sleeping on an air mattress was fine, not having TV or internet is what really kind of became very disruptive in our lives. And we felt very fortunate having someplace to sleep and a roof over our heads and having someone move us, but it's still nice to know exactly when that furniture is going to arrive, and hopefully nothing is broken. So definitely vet your movers. My last pro tip is one that was offered to me by a friend, and it came in so handy. It's so simple, and yet I didn't think about it in the midst of all the chaos of moving, and so I'm really glad I took his advice. The last box to be loaded, whether in your car or on the truck, and the first box to be unloaded should always be that toolbox or utility box, the parts box. In here you will find, your screwdrivers, Allen wrenches, scissors, remotes, instructions, because if you're starting to tear down beds and unscrewing computers and television cords, you want to make sure you know exactly where they are. So they need to be specifically marked in bags with instructions in every piece, because there's nothing worse than not being able to find that remote or that one screw or that one cord that you know you have to have. And there always seems to be that one box that everything needs to be in. And in this box, I also suggest putting paper towels, garbage bags, and toilet paper, because these are items that seem so necessary when moving. Now, if you have any questions about moving to Florida, moving to Sarasota, or the area, I'm here to help. I do appreciate all the calls, texts, and emails that I receive. If there's anything I can do, I'm here. Now, don't forget to subscribe and leave comments below. And until next time, take care.